Lovely finish, 1-1, massive points on the line if we can get them in this game.
Oh, yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of Borderline Glory here with Servette. In today's episode, 2 games coming up. The first away from home against Lugano, and then we play at home against Grasshoppers. 2 really big games for us. Now, I thought the Grasshoppers game would actually be a bit of a big game for us, but they're in 12th place for some reason. I've got no idea what's gone on with them. I didn't realise they were that far down. They've won 27 Swiss Super Leagues and they're that far down. Don't know what has gone on there. I don't know if it's been, that says 1981-82. Is that the last time they won? No way. I feel like they've won it, 2003. So it has been quite a while. A couple of Swiss Cups as well. But yeah, it looks like they've just fallen off a little bit, which is a bit of a shame to see. But it's not our, their loss is our gain, really. We have 2 massive games today, 6 points, and we will start to hopefully propel up the table. We are only 4 points behind the team in 5th, which is Zurich. Maybe there's a late push for one of these top 3 spots, but if not, then if it's at least a top 6 finish, that will be a good start for us and a much better finish than the last few seasons for Servette. Now, since last time out, it's been a bit of a mixed bag of results. We played against Lausanne twice across these games here. We had 4 games in a row where we went undefeated. We actually went undefeated for 6 games in the league, including 2 wins and 2 draws. We had a 5-1 loss to Verdun at home because there was a massive break and we couldn't arrange a friendly before, which was a bit unfair. Then we had a friendly against Copenhagen, who decided to come and visit us at home. We lost that one, but then we pulled it back against Luzern. We have Lugano now, Grasshoppers coming up. We have a game against Lausanne, Luzern again, and then our final games tomorrow will be against Young Boys and Sion. Sion could be, both of them are first and second as it stands. Sion have had a very good come up, and obviously Young Boys typically tend to do well and have had a good comeback in the part of this season. So hopefully it goes well for us. Bajcetic has left us now, but we have made a new signing, which is very exciting. We have brought in Gabriel Sigua, as you can see there, 35 caps already for the Georgia international team. Looks like a very, very good player with lots of potential. A bit more of an attacking midfielder. I think he's the type of profile we may need a little bit more in this team, so he will come in and hopefully he can go on and have a good impact. He looks like a player with a lot of potential. Let's go and see if he does alright. Let's go and see how the rest of his team is going to do first up against Lugano. So the team for this game against Lugano, there is a few movements. I don't know why it does this weird glitch, but I guess we'll just go with the in-possession tactic. That might help us a little bit more. It starts with a Strinsky in goal, a backline of Njo, Ramos, Mayete and Van den Kerkhoff. We've got Masson, Segura, Schneider in the midfield, Froling on the left, Jallo on the right and Morandi up top. Kick-off here in this game against Lugano. The headphones will come on so we can hear this crowd, and hopefully it's going to be a good one here against our opposition. Not too sure where a lot of these teams are based, really. They must be Swiss towns. Obviously Switzerland is quite a small country, so not particularly familiar with a lot of the places. Geneva, very familiar with, a very beautiful place, maybe one place we can go, as we said on the matter of FM World Tour. But in terms of what is going on in Geneva with Servette, we need to improve our results a little bit. It has been a bit of a rocky start. The tactic is starting to get there. The types of players we'll need to sign is definitely starting to come. I don't think we have sufficient time in this January transfer window, and to be honest, I don't think the scouting reports are coming up with kind of the best players, really. I kind of want some, it's just no one's really, cutting what we want. Segura is probably the best player we've seen, and that's why we brought him in, and Segura is not a panic buy. Obviously, we did need a Bajcetic replacement, but he has been a very, not necessarily a replacement, he could be even an improvement. Who knows, really. Bajcetic was obviously a very good player to bring in. He could leave, he is leaving on a free at the end of the season. If he doesn't get an offer, then maybe he can come to us. He has said he doesn't want to. I don't know why, if he knew that he was going to be a very key player, and then he could obviously always move on after like a season, we cash in on big money. I don't really know what's going on there, but I guess we can't complain too much. But Segura, a good player. We're looking in all positions, really, in terms of where we could be looking next. Maybe a striker. I feel like, maybe, he is a good striker. He's getting injured quite a lot. We don't have a lot of cover. Just maybe another attacker is in Joe. In behind here, lovely finish, 1-1. Massive points on the line if we can get get them in this game. 20 minutes gone, and that is a lovely finish from Joe. Froling plays that ball in behind. I want to take a look at his stats if we can. How's he doing so far? 13 goals and assists, goes up to 14 now, which is always nice to see. As we were saying, probably need another attacker. We will need to bring in terms of that, I don't think the team is necessarily nailed on as such. Maybe another defender, probably, I don't know where exactly, maybe in at right back. Those players there are aging a little bit. I don't really know. It's kind of a tough one. We're still getting used to. It's not a bad thing that I don't think, that I don't necessarily know, but it's just like we need the time. We need to see how we finish in this season. I mean, it's 1-1 here in this game. Lugano is a team surrounding us, and we should hopefully get the win. If we can pick up 6 points today, then we are in a much better position, and the best position we've been in all season, really. So we've just got to be patient and see in the remaining part of this game if we can climb those positions, if we can get the win here in this game or not, is something to be decided in the remaining parts of this episode and in the final 10 minutes and the final half of this game. Let's have a look. Here's in Joe. He's going to play it to Masson in the midfield, and Joe play it finds Segura. First involvement of the game. Froling with the effort. Great save from the Lugano goalkeeper there on the turn. It's a very difficult shot for Froling to hit from there. Just the angle he cuts there, very impressive, but he's able to get the shot away, but not able to convert in the end with that one there. But it looks like we've been the better team, definitely looking a lot more better, more attacking wise. Maybe the best base for any tactic is attacking football, to be honest. I think it could be. It doesn't. Tactics do just not work if you don't attack, because I guess the basis of football is to score goals, and I feel like the tactics where we start to focus or prioritise a little bit more, even in this tactic, it's not necessarily goals. It's about retaining a bit more possession and being patient with the chances. When we start to be a bit more forward and direct, the goals come. It wins us games. Maybe that is the meta for every single tactic that we play. I mean, what we played at 1860 Munich was a very, very intense but very pleasing style of football, one that we may go back to in the future, maybe not, but it's definitely one that has brought us some success. We worked out really, really well, and it was definitely worth playing. You can't really complain about it. It was a little bit, I don't know, I feel like it's quite a silly tactic is probably the way to describe it. It's not too structured, but it definitely worked, so you cannot complain about it at all, really. We're going to make some changes here in this game. Varela on. I'm going to bring Mazik or Kudusu on, actually, in at right back, and then Maziku come on at left back. We'll wait a minute to see that. Masson, can we bring him on here in this game? Maete is in the game already. We'll bring Maete in there, and then we'll bring Diamand, who is returning from injury. Wasn't fit fully for the last game, and we'll give him some minutes here so he can ease back into this team here. There's a ball in behind, and it is going to go with the Lugano goalkeeper quite off his line. If we can win this ball back here, something could be on for us. It is out into the left hand side for Lugano, and they're looking to advance here. We've got to be careful of a through ball here, or over the top, even down this right hand side, and it is a finish. Could be an offside, though. I do feel like maybe has gone a little bit in. There's no flag on that far side, or is it a flag? I mean, I don't really know what's going on there. The goal is probably going to stand. It's pointed to the centre, and it is 2-1 after 75 minutes. As soon as we come on camera, start losing, but I just don't think it's been enough. We're not creating enough, not enough output, and just as we feel like we are climbing back a little bit, it's not been enough. I mean, we've only lost, if we lose this, two games in the last 8 or something like that, but it is just frustrating. We're trying to build a bit of momentum, and we just can't seem to climb out of this 8th place that we are in. We are struggling a little bit in terms of that, but if we can go and pull it back against Grasshoppers, luckily we are quite far off the relegation zones, which is a good thing, but that's not the aim for us. The aim is to go much higher, and it's just not coming away for us at the moment. So much to do still in the rest of this season. Definitely not the best start, but it's been an okay start. Could have been a lot worse, could have been fighting relegation, and hopefully we can finish on some better endings to the seasons than this Servette team have had in recent years. The final few moments and the full-time whistle is going to go, and it is an unfortunate loss against Lugano. And the team for this game against Grasshoppers, a few changes. We've got a Strinsky in goal, backline of Joe, Diamand, Ramos and Van den Kerkhoff. We've got Masson, Segura, Schneider in the midfield. Jallo starts on the left, Morandi on the right, and IA up top. We've got Froling out with an injury today. It's kick-off here in this game against Grasshoppers, bottom of the table at home. we may have lost to Lugano in that one, but we should hopefully get a result in this one, and 3 points will be massive for us. It's been a while since we have picked up those 3 points. Not a while, but like a while since we've consistently gone through it, and it just feels like we've been so close to finally catching up to these teams ahead of us because of our poor start, and we just don't in the end. But maybe it starts today. Van den Kerkhoff over the bar in the end there, but I think it is just a bit frustrating really that we've not been able to catch up, but I do think we can get there if we just carry on, persist on in getting those points wherever we can. Luckily, we have definitely pulled it back. We could have been in a lot worse position, and I don't think we actually dropped too far down. But as we say, with a few wins, we will catch up. It's not going to be that much of an issue. I think some of the quality we have in this team is so good. Diamant, Segura, even Rui Ramos is becoming a very good player. Ostrinsky, Jallo as well. All these players, Froling, who's not in the team today, massive players, and there's a lot of potential and a lot of quality. Just all different types of profiles in this team, which I think is something that will hopefully come together a little bit more, maybe next season, maybe the season where we start to challenge a little bit higher in the table for however long we are here. But you'd like to think we can hopefully go on and maybe win a trophy, maybe do something like that. We need to get this tactic a little bit more nailed on, because it's not kind of moving as we maybe want it to. I don't really know how to approach tactics these days, because I feel like if going around with just one tactic, it gets a bit boring, but then it kind of works. So I don't really know. Maybe we just need to make a Matov FM tactic, but I do like messing around with the other tactics as well, like this one, a bit more possession based. The other thing is, when you do play a possession based tactic, you're on the ball so much, and that doesn't count as like a key highlight, so you don't actually see your own work. I guess that's the satisfying part of managing a possession based tactic, is kind of seeing the ball in your possession, but I guess it just doesn't happen in these highlights. And it's not in our possession, it is in Grasshoppers' possession, and they do score here in the first half, at the end of the first half. 1-0 the scoreline here in this game, and we're going to have our work cut out for this second half. That is very frustrating really, to go 1-0 down just before half time from the edge of the area. We've got to be doing a little bit better with that, claiming that a lot quicker, but I guess not to be in the end. Here's Segura, he finds Van den Kerkhoff. Can we get a chance straight after half time? He finds Morandi, and it doesn't look like nothing comes from that in the end there. I don't know what's going on with these in and out possession tactics, because it says Florian Aye is playing out of position. Is he actually? He's not out of position there. Out of position. He's literally in his right position. Why is it? Oh, I don't get it. Football manager, what are we playing at? Why are you telling me he's out of position when he's clearly not out of position? I don't really know. Anyway, let's hope he can go and get a goal for us, because to lose this game would be very frustrating. It looks like we will maintain 8th place if we lose this game, but that's not what we want. We want to go and win it. So let's go and see whether or not we can. There's a ball to the edge of the area here, knocking around. Let's go and see if we can win it back, or it will just go straight in for a shot. And here's Saeed Benrahma, who finds himself on the ball. I will tell you about a player actually who we were looking at signing. It was Tanguy and Dombele. His offers were a bit too extreme in the end, but I would have signed him if he had reasonable reasonable wage expectations or wage requirements, but it just got a bit ridiculous, so we were even going to pay a fee for him, so we didn't really want to agree to that. But even at 32 years of age, which he is now in the game, it would have made sense. It would have been a decent signing, but what can you do really? That's a lovely ball for Van den Kerkhoff. He finds Morandi in the middle on the volley. That's a lovely finish, and after 60 minutes the scores all tied up here in this game. It's a massive goal from Morandi. Van den Kerkhoff has forced himself into this team, and to be fair, let's take a look at his stats. 4 assists and 1 goal in his 14 starts. I feel like it's been a lot more than that. He's definitely been very influential down that right hand side, and he's given a bit of competition to Kudusu. Was expected at the start of the season, and now he's got another assist here in this game. We'll go and look to make some changes. I think Mayete to come on here in this game. I'm going to move my son up the field a little bit, and then Mayete into a bit more of a defensive position. I'm going to bring Maziku on for Joe down that left hand side on a yellow, and has not been too busy today after 75 minutes. Those changes made. Will we find the goal to take all 3 points, or will it be another frustrating day for us here in this game? We'll have to see in the remaining 10 minutes of this one against Grasshoppers. We do have some favourable fixtures coming up, but you know, at home we've got to be beating teams like this, and it just doesn't look like it's going to come in the final parts of the game. Our worries do continue a little bit here, and by the end of this season, which is in the next episode, who knows where we're going to end up finishing. The final few moments, no final chances here, and that is going to do it for this game. So they have it, not to be in those two games, really. Only the point from the episode, which is very disappointing, really. I don't know what we're going to do in the remaining parts, but hopefully we can pull it out of the bag. If we don't, then we might have a few issues. Hopefully we will recover it, though. I'm optimistic. 7 games remaining before our final 2. In tomorrow we have games against Lausanne, Stade Lausanne, Verdun, Zurich. Games which hopefully we can go and get wins in. But if we don't, then we'll have to see. It's going to make for a very interesting final episode of this first season here with Servette. But if you did enjoy this episode, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to go join the Discord down below. I'll leave you this little tune. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all for another video. Thank you. Bye bye.